Hi, this is Abisola Adeniro, and this is the BibTeX File Merging System presentation. So, what is the BibTeX File Merging System? The BibTeX File Merging System is a system used to merge BibTeX files into one. Users can either use this system to remove duplicates from a single BibTeX file by uploading the BibTeX file twice and then merging to get an output of a merged system, a merged BibTeX file without duplicates. Or users can use it to merge several BibTeX files as one. So how do we use the system? And how was the system built? And who is the system built for? I'm going to start by who is the system built for. The system is built for users of BibTeX files, people who have had to work manually with merging their BibTeX files. What and how is the system used for? How is the system used? So, this system was built using Django. Django is a Python web framework for building web applications, and it makes use of the mobile view controller architecture, that is the MVC architecture. I'm just going to put a simple annotation for you to explain what an MVC is. Moving on. What and how do we use the system? To use the system, the users are required to register, or if they've been registered, log in. So I'm just going to register a new user, and once I do that, we're going to go ahead and log in. So to register as a new user, all you need to do is click the register button, put a username, your email address, a password that you like to use, and go ahead and register. I'm going to leave a space empty so you see that it ensures that users actually input or fields, and it's a system that gives you feedback at the appropriate time. So let's go ahead and continue. Once users are registered, they can actually go ahead and log in with their registered email address and with their registered username and password. I'm also going to go ahead and show you the forgot password feature, which lets users who have forgotten their password retrieve their password. Because it's not a system yet on the server, and it's a system we want people to be able to use easily. That's why we have this method of recovery. If it has been deployed into a proper production environment, this can be changed to ensure users make use of recovery methods of recovery using, let's say, secret questions and answers. So, but for now, this is how it's used. Once we click next, the users can input their new password, and password has been reset. So we're gonna go ahead and log in. Once users are logged in, this is their welcome page, and this welcome page just basically explains what the FADO system is, the BibTeX parser is, and how to install it if users love the packages and want to use them for their own development, or just it's just a basic welcome page that lets users know what the system is all about. So, what is this system all about? What makes up this system? What makes up this system? We used Python and we used Django. And in Python, we make use of several packages. Python comes with several packages that can be used along with your development, regardless with respect to what you want to do. And so in this web application, we make use of two Python packages, the Fado package and the BibTeX parser package. So, what is the Fado package? It's an open source extensible high performance library that is used for symbolic automators and other models of computation. The Fado package currently and recently just had transducers as one of its added as one of its models. And what is transducers? The transducers are used for tree transformations and modeling of strings, and they have been used in a wide range of applications, from register expressions to natural language expressions. Why did we use Fado here? Fado was used basically because of its transducers models, and we want to use transducers to be able to compare two strings, to be able to evaluate two strings. Are they the same or are they not the same? I'm going to show you a simple image of an example of a transducer, and how that particular transducer relates to what users want to use it to do. So basically, when users impute their transducers, based on their transducers imputed, we generate or we evaluate the author names and their last names and the title of the BibTeX entry. Do they relate? Is If they are related, or if they are the same, then obviously those entries are duplicates. The reason why the Fado system is at an advantage here for users is if users have BibTeX files that have multiple IDs as entries, different IDs as entries, and you know the same user, the same authors, and the same title, it understands that they are still duplicates. Whereas the BibTeX parser, on the other hand, which also works perfectly well, looks at the entry IDs to determining their duplicates. So in this case, if the users have different IDs and the same author names and the same titles, those files or those entries are not regarded as duplicates, which could actually make the output not as expected. So if I were to advise, you could use the two packages for one BibTeX file. And the reason is, if for merging a BibTeX file, reason is you go ahead and use the BibTeX parser to remove unnecessary IDs that are duplicates, and then go ahead to use the Fado to ensure that the author names and their titles, there are no duplicates. The only thing here is the Fado system currently cannot accept large files. We're still working on this. This is part of our future work to ensure that the Fado package with the BibTeX file margin system can actually work with large files. And because unlike the BibTeX parser, which actually works with large files, it can actually work with large files in minutes and you get your output, but the Fado can't do that. So we've created a restriction here to allow just 50 kilobytes of uploaded file for the Fado file, but the BibTeX parser accepts any size. But to use the Fado package, you have to be 50 kilobytes or less. That way the system is not running and taking your time, as well as running the server down. So I'm going to go ahead and begin merging a file, but before I do that, I'm going to also show you the documentation page. So what is the documentation page? Documentation page helps users know how to use the system, just as I've previously explained how to use the system. This documentation page is also there to serve as a help to users who actually started using the system and they got stuck and they need to understand what to do or where to go next. So there's a short video that shows you how the system works and the kind of files you you are allowed to upload, the size, and the format you are allowed to upload, and the final output you get. So let's move on to how to begin merging. So I'm going to merge with Fathom, and the first thing users are supposed to do when they want to merge, I'm going to use the Fathom to merge a single file. Then I'm going to use the BibTeX parser to merge two different files. Like I said earlier, if you want to remove duplicates from a single file, you just have to upload it twice, and that's what I'm going to use the Fathom system to explain. So let's go ahead and begin merging. So I'm going to upload. To also show you you're not allowed to upload a particular size, I'm going to upload a very large size of BibTeX files so you can see. So it tells you that the file is actually too large for Fathom Margin, and your size should not be higher than 50 kilobytes, should be lower. And if you want to upload a large size, you could use the BibTeX parser. So I'm just going to go ahead and upload. So I'm going to show you what is in this file and before I continue merging. So this is the file I just uploaded, and this is what it contains. The top is not showing clearly, but that's an article. And if you notice, this the Doctam 2012 ID is a duplicate here. So we're gonna see how the final output ensures that that doesn't actually exist anymore. So we're gonna upload this file again. And I'm gonna click on merging. So here, what did we do here? Because there are different naming conventions in different countries, users are allowed to actually decide what the final output of the author name should be like. What final output do they want to do? I'm going to use the 2. Then here we're gonna impute our transducer string, like I have shown earlier. How the transducer string works. I'm just gonna impute that same transducer string to use as a means of merging. So this transducer string tells us the insertions, the deletions that it's allowed. It's allowed just one insertion, it's allowed just one deletion. And so we're gonna go ahead and merge. And while this process is running, so this may take a while, so I'm just gonna pause and come back to when its final output has been delivered to you. Merging has been completed. The interface has been made easy to allow users either to download their merged file, and also download the report log. Here we had no error occur, so if there was an error, there would have been an error log telling us that whatever error has actually occurred, but right now there was no error. So we're gonna just go ahead and view what the merge file contains. Well, this doesn't, depending on how large your file is, that's how you'd see the final output. This file is not that large, so there is not much of an output, but if it's large, you may not actually see the complete output, just a few outputs, and then you can go ahead and download the remaining file. I'm just going to go ahead and download the file, and also look at the report log. The report log here is going to show you what has been done. The file was formatted and the duplicates that were available. The report log doesn't show you, let's say a particular ID appears more than once, you would actually see it as 1 in your report log. It's not going to tell you it appeared 15 times. It's just going to tell you that this particular file was actually, or this particular ID was actually a duplicate. Here also we make use of the IDs as a means to show you what duplicates you actually had, but the merging takes place without the use of the IDs, but the final output tells you which particular ID was a duplicate. So if we open our merge file, not this one.